A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. It's Star Wars! Everybody loves Star Wars! Welcome back to beating every Star Wars game ever. On today's agenda is Star Wars Arcade, but not the actual arcade cabinets. This is Star Wars Arcade for the Sega 32X. Episode 4, A New Hope. It is a period of civil war. I'm not gonna read all this. Okay, do I want the original experience or the Super 32X enhanced experience? I think I could do both. I could start with the arcade and then go to the next one afterwards. I don't like doing training. Tutorials are stupid. Pilot or pilot and gunner? I don't have any friends, so...
Attention all wing pilots. Stand by to receive orders.
Wow, that is the crunchiest Admiral Ackbar I think I've ever heard.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
Okay. Oh, this looks so bad compared to TIE Fighter. I guess the power of the 32X can't match up to DOS, huh? Slow down, TIE's behind, okay. I know how to do that. I read the control scheme for the game. I'm assuming this looks exactly like the arcade game actually does, considering I chose the arcade mode and not the 32X mode. Oh no, my shields are gone. I'll be fine. I spoke a little too soon. Do I want to continue? I've made it 15% of the way through the Empire's fleet, and then I'd have to go through the Super Star Destroyer to blow up the Death Star's reactor? I guess I'll continue. Although that Death Star looks too complete to be the second Death Star. So what exactly is my objective for destroying the Empire's fleet? I hope I don't need to destroy these Star Destroyers. I think I just have to blow up TIE Fighters, which isn't that difficult. Controlling this with a D-pad feels weird. I was using my mouse for TIE Fighter, and that precision was nice. Okay, this game seems a little difficult. Let me go try the enhanced version for the 32X. Okay, so 32X mode gives you the choice of an X-Wing or a Y-Wing for pilot and gunner.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
I think if I press mode, it will put me in third person, right? I don't know what the most optimal viewport is. Hey, I just realized there's no Star Destroyers out here. It's just asteroids. I guess that's what they mean by expanded levels. I think I'll stay in third person for this game. I do need to switch to cockpit view so I can see the tracking computer. There you are. Autopilot. Alright, take me to the next stage.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
Ah, and now I'm in the Star Destroyer level. I'm glad the game tells me when to slow down so that the TIEs behind me can go in front of me and I can shoot them. That's basically just as good as having a targeting computer anyway. I'm not a big fan of the constant speed lines, though. It seems that there's a limited amount of movement I can do in the Y-axis. I actually prefer that on space combat games. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't like being able to go completely upside down. I'm having a hard time tracking this TIE fighter. I think this is the proton torpedo button. There we go. I was hoping the square meant that I had a lock on.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
I don't like games with time limits. I think it's a lazy way to enforce the player to go faster. I think the proton charges are refilling over time. Message from Admiral?
Storm the Imperial Death Star and wipe out enemy fighters.
Sir, yes sir, Mr. Ackbar, sir.
Files and attack positions.
Three leaders standing by. They're coming in. 3 marks at 210. Watch it, you've got one on your tail.
Oh, I don't get to free roam, fly around the Death Star? Okay, this is fine. You worry about those fighters, I'll worry about those towers. Or whatever it is that Luke says.
You worry about those fighters, I'll worry about the tower.
The tracking on these proton torpedoes doesn't seem that great. As long as I have an unlimited supply, I might as well use them. What is that? Looks like they have some kind of super tower over here. I destroyed one of those in Rebel Assault. I wonder how many points that is. I wasn't paying attention. I don't think I could kill enough TIE fighters to advance to the next section before the time runs out. They're just not coming up in front of me. Every time I try to turn all the way around to see them, they're gone. Also, I'm just not that good at shooting them down in the first place. But for my second run of this game, I don't think I did too bad. Mission incomplete. Wow, that was only 37%? Even though the progress bar goes to like half the screen? Sure, I'll continue. And it just brings me back here. That works. Caution, Vader's TIE Fighter. Okay, I didn't see that before. That's probably why my missiles weren't tracking. These dang towers keep knocking all my shields out. Wow, I didn't even get close. I need to stop focusing on the towers and go straight for the TIE fighters, I guess. So Darth Vader just kinda shows up and then leaves. That's weird. I guess he's off chasing down some other rebels in some other trench on the Death Star. I like the behind the ship view more than I like the cockpit view, but I feel like I have to play in the cockpit view so I can use the targeting radar, even though it's not very good. Wow, 8 seconds left. This game is tight. Target exhaust port. Am I playing as Luke? Or is this like Rebel Assault, where it's not Luke who blows up the first Death Star? Oh no, I'm out of shields. And I'm dead. Okay, now I know what to expect. I have no shields left. Is that the exhaust port? I did it! Let's go! That was intense. I don't know why the time still says 200. That's kind of weird. I wish this low shields would stop playing. There we go.
Wipe out enemy fighters.
Ah, we mop up the remaining forces. I suppose that would be an important part of the battle. How far do I have to turn around so that these TIE fighters are in front of me? That much, apparently. I don't like that they fly faster than my turning speed. I don't like that at all. There must be some way to go faster. There has to be. I can't believe I'm going to lose on time because I can't turn faster than this TIE fighter. That is insane. And I'm out of continues, too. It's weird that Vader doesn't say anything, but they bothered to give Admiral Ackbar newly recorded voice lines. How hard could it have been to take the lines straight from the movie? Well, I did blow up the Death Star in 32X mode. I feel like that would have to be the end of the original arcade mode. Okay, this is nothing I haven't done before. I have learned to fully utilize my proton bombs, and I'm ready to solely focus on shooting TIE fighters. I will ignore everything else, more or less. Oh, come on! The missile blew it up! Oh, come on! No, I'm not continuing from that. That was the first level. Finally. Okay, this is new.
Storm the Superstar Destroyer and destroy its main engine.
Yes sir, Admiral Ackbar, sir. Who's definitely not some underpaid Sega employee trying to impersonate Admiral Ackbar. No shields left hasn't stopped me before. Although it does stop me now. Alright, whatever. I got continues. Only 2 of them, but I still have them. Oh yeah, I could be accelerating through this. I forgot about that. Is this the main reactor? No? That must be the main reactor. I can't believe I made it through that alive. Yes, give me a nice view of the explosions! I love explosions! Alright, now I can take on the Death Star, right? I've already done it once.
Lock S-balls in attack position.
Ah, this mission again. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to go through multiple levels before this. Just the first one and the Super Star Destroyer one, I think. Wow, another completion without any shields left. I don't know if this game's getting harder or I'm getting worse.
The central reactor is our only target. Do not be distracted by the others. Good rebel fighters, commence your attack.
I wish it would stop playing the low shield sounds now that I have full shields again. Hey, this flying into the Death Star's reactor is more reminiscent of Return of the Jedi. That's a little strange. I think this was impressive technology for the console it came out on, but I am not a Sega expert, so don't take my word for it, please. Okay, that's definitely Lando. Why are we in Return of the Jedi in arcade mode, but A New Hope in 32X mode? That makes very little sense to me. Anyway. I hope I just autopilot out of here, because not having any shields for the way out would be very bad. Oh, there's the Millennium Falcon, too. And that is the ending from A New Hope, which is a weird place to be after blowing up the Return of the Jedi Death Star. I don't know if I should say that this was the arcade version of the game, because I haven't played the arcade version, and I don't know what's different about it, besides the game saying that the 32X port has advanced levels. But I didn't beat that version, I beat the arcade version, at least what the game called the arcade version. So I don't know. I got to the credits. That took me more attempts than I wanted it to. This will probably be like a 10-minute video anyway. I don't think this game was worth the time it took to beat it. Yoda wasn't in A New Hope either. This game's timeline placement is all over the place. Why does the game have a time limit on the high score enter screen? I get why that would be in an arcade setting, but this is a home console game.